Hey guys, it's Stasia and welcome back to my channel. We're in the car. You probably know what's happening if I'm opening up a vlog like this. So you either know what's happening or you've read the title. Today is September 28th. Do you know what that means? It means that Stephanie Garber's new book, Once Upon a Broken Heart, she's out into the world. I just got off work and I immediately drove here to Barnes and Noble. So I have a few copies pre-ordered, mainly from the UK, but today we're gonna go walk in there and hopefully, I'm being hopeful, but hopefully they haven't sold out or anything. And we're gonna go pick up the, well, a copy. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the regular black edition or I'm gonna do the pink Barnes & Noble edition, because I have a pink Barnes & Noble edition coming in the mail. So I think I might just do a regular black one because I haven't pre-ordered a regular one because my plan was to come here on release day. So we're here. I would show you guys, but there's like a whole bunch of trees like blocking it. So you guys can't tell that that's Barnes & Noble. But we're here and we're gonna go, and I'm excited. So we will go in and I will share the experience. Alright, I'm back in the car now. It took everything in me to not buy anything else. I almost got As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson because I read the first two of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But anyways, besides the point, mission accomplished. We have the black edition, the US regular edition of Once Upon a Broken Heart. Look at that cover. Look at that spine. I'm really excited. I was going to get the pink one. As you guys seen, it was signed, but like I said, I have that one pre-ordered and it's due to come in at the end of the week. So I just decided to hold off. Like, it should be fine. It isn't like the UK editions where there's like different secret covers. So if I got it now, if I got it on Friday, it was gonna be the same pink edition. But I am happy that now I officially have this book in my hands. It's gorgeous. Like, it's honestly just so gorgeous. I showed you guys the map. The map is gorgeous. I'm so happy. I am a bit sad because she is doing in-person signings for this book, but it's all the way in Roseville, which is like 6 hours away from me. Like, we're in the same state, but 6 hours is so far. So we're not gonna do that, unfortunately. Maybe one day I will get to meet her. But I did get a personalized one from Kepler, so I will be going to an online like meeting, and then I will get that book in the mail. So I am excited for that. I'm sorry if the lighting is weird. The sun is just in my eye, so I put this down, but now like half of my face is white. But anyways, yes, so that basically concludes the vlog. There's nothing really much else for me to do. It's just a quick little vlog for me to celebrate the release day of this gorgeous, gorgeous baby. I love Caraval, if that's not a known thing. I will leave in the description my Caraval like shelf tour because I have an entire shelf, but that was before I moved, so it's kind of like outdated. But all the books stand the same. I think I only got a couple new books from the Caraval trilogy. And then I don't think I got much merch, but if you want to check that out, I will leave it in the description below. And I am planning, once all of my UK editions come in, I am planning on doing like a tour of my Once Upon a Broken Heart shelf once that comes in. So we're gonna have to wait on that because I don't know how long it's gonna take for the UK to ship to me. Hopefully it doesn't take that long, but we will see. That is it from me. I need to head home and I will see you guys in another video. I hope you enjoyed. Alright, so the clips that you just seen of me actually buying the book, it's been a while, but I think I am emotionally prepared enough to finally start reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. So this is part 2 of the vlog. First we bought it, now we're gonna read it. I will update you guys when I'm 50% of the way through, or I think there's 3 parts. So maybe I'll update you guys after each part. This will be spoiler free. I might do like a spoiler bit at the end, but the updates up until I say there's a spoiler, it's going to be spoiler free. It'll just be general thoughts, how I'm feeling. But we are about to dive into my most anticipated book of the year, and I am nervous, but I'm excited. So let's get to it. Alright, so I am still reading Once Upon a Broken Heart. Obviously that's what this vlog is, so that's the only book I'm gonna read here. But I think that there's 3 parts of the entire book, so I figured that I would just do my updates after each part. So you guys will have 4 updates. So I'm going to update you guys now at the end of part 1, and then we'll do like 50% of the way through, and then at the end of part 2, and then at the end. Mainly because part 2 is so big and I just wanted to kind of tell you guys how I'm feeling throughout the entire book. So yeah, so I just finished part 1. That is about 80 pages in. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it. I am not sure why they were so adamant in saying that there's no spoilers in this for the Caraval trilogy, because I definitely do think that there are some really big spoilery hints. Like, nothing is stated outright and you can definitely still read Caraval after this, but it's definitely not going to be as fun, I think. And I'm also confused on the timeline on whether or not this takes place before or after Caraval. I think it's after, but I honestly have no clue. But yeah, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it. I'm not sure how I feel about our main character, Evangeline. She's okay. I wish that we have seen more of Jax. I know he's probably gonna come a lot later, but she's fine. We're basically following her. She's just about to go to the Magnificent North, so I'm excited to see how that all goes. I'm not sure how the stepsister, Marisol, I believe is her name, is going to play a role in any of it, but I mean, I'm enjoying it enough, not absolutely loving it. It's not really like catching me enough where I want to binge it like all in one sitting, but I am intrigued enough to keep going. So that's pretty much how I feel at the end of part 1, but like I said, that's only like 80 pages in. So I'll update you guys again when I'm about 50% of the way through the book, and we'll see if my feelings have changed. I've started tabbing a little bit. There's not much to tab yet. You guys can't see it at all, but that's fine. But yeah, so I'll update you guys again when I'm 50% of the way through, but as of now, I mean, it's fine. I'm not loving it. It's fine. Yeah, I need more of the magic, and I think that's all going to come when she gets to the Magnificent North. So I'm excited to see where it goes, is what I'll say for now. Alright, hello, it's time for an update. I am now 50% of the way through Once Upon a Broken Heart. No dust jacket, but that's what we're reading in this vlog. Alright, thoughts. I'm not sure how I feel. I don't know. I'm really confused on like my feelings for this book. I'm not enjoying it, but I'm also not loving it as much as, you know, I wanted to, considering my love for Caraval. There's like a lot going on, but also like nothing going on at the same time. Our main character, Evangeline, unfortunately is not my favorite. I don't vibe with her as much as I did Scarlet or Tella. So there's that. I don't know. I also got like the vibe that Jax was going to almost be like more a part of it. Like he's in it.
but he like pops in and out, and I thought he was gonna be like more of a character in it. So there's also that. I'm also very confused still on the timeline. I think this happened after the Caraval trilogy, so I'm not sure, honestly. But I am enjoying it more now than I was in the beginning. Now that we've kind of found our bearings and we see kind of what's going on. I'm not sure where this book is going. I'm not sure how it's going to end. I'm enjoying it more, but I'm not loving it. Not sure if it's going to be a 5 stars, so that's kind of disappointing. But I don't know. We'll need to see. Evangeline, I just don't like her as much, so I think it's kind of harder and less enjoyable to read about her. Yeah, she's just not, I don't know why. She's just a lot more like, I don't know. I don't like her inner monologue. And I kind of wish, like halfway through the book, I thought that we would have more answers, but we kind of know nothing. And I know it's going to be a series, so I know like not everything can be revealed in the first book, but I don't know. I am enjoying it more. I do like when Jax is in the picture, so we're just gonna, I guess, need to see like what happens. We're only 50% of the way through, so it could turn around. I did hear that it ends on a cliffhanger, and that is probably my least favorite thing. So I'm curious to see how it'll actually end. It's kind of hard to talk about it without like doing spoilers or anything, but I'm enjoying it more, but not as much as I would have wanted to enjoy this book. I also feel like it's kind of missing the magic that Caraval had, and I think it's mainly because like Caraval is like a game, so like it's kind of like I don't know what to believe. I don't know, like we're trying to figure it out. But in this, it's kind of like, it's not like a game setting, it's just basically her in this new place. But yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling. I'll update you guys again when I finish part 2, which I'm not sure when that will be. I mean, I'm halfway through, and it's dragging a little bit, but I mean, I guess we'll get through it. So I'll update you guys again when I finish part 2 at some point, probably tonight, because I am just like in a reading mood, and I'm also doing live sprints on my channel, so it's keeping me motivated. Yeah, so I'll probably see you guys later tonight with my thoughts once I finish part 2, and yeah, we will go from there. I'll talk to you guys when I do that, and hopefully I have more positive things to say. But yeah. Alright, so I'm back because I'm about to start part 3. I just finished part 2, and I am significantly more intrigued in the story because now it seems that there's more at play than I originally thought. We are getting a bit more magic, so that's nice. I am, like I said, enjoying it more. I'm still not a fan of Evangeline. She's really not my favorite main character. I'm enjoying that Jax was in this part a lot more, and he's more of a prominent character as I thought he was going to be throughout the entire book. So I am enjoying seeing him. Of course, I have no idea what's going on. There's obviously something going on. Obviously, I can't say. But there's obviously something going on. I'm just not quite sure where we're going to go with it. But I am about to start part 3, and it looks like it's about like 150 pages-ish until the end of the book. So that's probably when I'll update you guys again, because I don't think there's a part 4. But if there is, then I'll update you guys at the end of part 3. But if not, I would just update you guys at the end on how I'm feeling. But overall, my thoughts now is I am liking it a lot more. It did seem, I guess, a bit slow to start, mainly because I was expecting more Jax in the book, and he didn't come until like later. In the beginning, we were more so following Evangeline, and like I said, she's not my favorite, so I was kind of just like, eh. But things have taken a turn, so I am intrigued to see where we go and figure more things out. I'm not sure how I feel because, like I mentioned earlier, it is supposedly a cliffhanger at the end, and that's not my favorite, but I am going to try to finish it tonight. I am getting through it pretty quickly, but I I am enjoying it more, I guess, is basically all I can say without giving any spoilers. Jax is definitely, you know, a star. He does have my heart a little bit. I am really enjoying seeing him as a character and getting to know him like as a Fate more. So that has been a fun experience. But other than that, we're just following Evangeline, and I guess we're gonna see where the story goes from here. I think this last like 150 pages, probably a lot is gonna happen. I think things are going to start being clarified that were probably like hinted at and mentioned at earlier in the story. I expect a lot of action considering part 3 is called Chaos. So we will need to see what comes from this part. So I will catch you guys in a bit with my thoughts on probably the whole book, because I don't think there's a part 4. So I will catch you guys soon with more thoughts. Hello! So it is the next day, obviously. We have sunlight. And it's time to pop in because I just finished Once Upon a Broken Heart. She finally has her dust jacket on. I just finished it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you my final thoughts, then my final ratings, and then I'm going to go into a bit of spoilers in case you've already read the book and you want more like specific reasons for my rating rather than just like vague reasons, which I'll obviously give in the non-spoiler part. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run through it really quick, and yeah. All right, so first and foremost, we need to talk strictly about part 4, and then we'll go into like the overall vibe of the book and what I liked and what I didn't like, because I left off, I believe, at the ending of part 3 is the last time I updated you guys. Oh, at the ending of part 2, but we need to talk about part 3 because we have not talked about that yet. So speaking about part 3, not about like the book as a whole, I didn't really vibe with this part, if I'm being honest. I feel like the world got really complicated. Not necessarily messy, but Stephanie Garber made a choice to add something in that I did not find necessary. So that kind of threw off like the entire first half of part 3 for me, and I was kind of just like, it's fine. Like it was not my favorite thing. It was not a decision that I liked at all. Some people might love it. It just was not my cup of tea with her making that decision. So obviously it played a role. The middle of part 3 I really liked. There was a lot of adventure mystery going on there, and a lot of unanswered questions we're trying to figure out what's going on. So I did really like that in the middle of part 3, and then the ending of part 3, bombed it. Did not like it. So part 3 was fine, not my favorite. Obviously part 2 is my favorite because I feel like that's obviously the meat of the story. So that was the most enjoyable part for me. But part 3 as a whole was just fine. I feel like it could have been significantly more enjoyable for me had this specific choice in the beginning of that part not been made. But again, personal preference. You might like it. I've seen a lot of people liking that addition to the world. Just was not for me. So now we're going to talk about the book as a whole, and then we'll go into my final rating. The book as a whole, it's no secret that I am not sure where we stand, a Stephanie Garber stan. I love the Caraval series, so I was very much looking forward to this book, especially because it's highly marketed as like Jack, like he's coming more into the world type of situation. I feel like with this entire book being marketed and like strongly suggested that Jax is in it so much, I feel like we kind of lacked Jax a little bit. So since we lacked Jax, who did we get? We got Evangeline, our main character. I really wanted to love her. I thought I was going to. She's gorgeous, I'll give her that. She's absolutely gorgeous. But I did not like her. I believe I mentioned this earlier. I did not like her inner monologue. She is very young. I believe she's like 16, 17. So that obviously could play a role. I feel like if Stephanie Garber had made the decision to make Evangeline older and have a more mature inner monologue, I probably would have liked it more. But I can't really fault her for that because it is a YA. But the choices she made with Evangeline, I just didn't get. Evangeline is not a character that I necessarily rooted for, whereas in like the Caraval series, I definitely rooted for Scarlet and Tella. It's very hard for me to separate my feelings on both like Caraval and this book. I know that they're different series, but the main reason why I looked forward to this book so much was because of my love for the Caraval series. So it's hard for me not to compare there. So Evangeline, not my favorite girl, unfortunately. I found her to be very young, although I think she's like around the same age as Tella, so I'm not sure why she read so much younger. But that's Evangeline. We had a few side characters. I won't really go into them much just because I want to avoid spoilers at all costs. So that's our main gal, Evangeline. I didn't really like her, but it will be fine. Jax, I did enjoy what we got of him. I just wish that we got more, especially this book being so highly marketed as like, oh, we're gonna get loads of Jax. I expected for him to be there nearly 24/7, and he very much popped in and out, especially in the beginning and at the end. So, you know, didn't really like that. I think that's probably also why part 2 was my favorite part of the book, because he was there most of the time. So I really like that. Yeah, so that's our characters. The world. The world, this sets in the Magnificent North, and this is supposed to be, like, this is in the same world as Caraval, but not the same location. With that being said, for some reason, I was missing the magic with this one. I feel like, obviously, we're going to go back and compare to Caraval. I feel like with Caraval, there was so much more magic, and there was so much elements in the world, but I feel like in this world, we didn't explore the magic and like the opportunities Evangeline had, especially since she has never been to this place. This is her first time traveling to the Magnificent North. I feel like there was so much opportunity for her to explore that more, but we just didn't really get much of that. So I feel like I missed out on the world a little bit, and I wanted more but didn't get much, which is weird because I don't really like fantasy because of the world building, but I loved the world that Caraval built. So I was hoping that the Magnificent North and Once Upon a Broken Heart was going to expand on that, but it just didn't really do that for me. We'll talk about the ending. I felt like I understand Stephanie Garber's choice with the ending. It is a cliffhanger, which I hate, and if I'm being completely honest, I think cliffhangers are absolutely unnecessary, especially when it comes to the first book in a series, mainly because this is kind of the book that people are going to read and decide whether or not they want to pick up the next book. And I understand including a cliffhanger to make people want to pick up the second book, but I also feel like it's not fair for readers, or if they don't vibe with the world or they don't like the characters, but they're like invested in the story, now they're forced to read another book. Whereas if this one had been like ambiguous, slightly open-ended, but not a straight up cliffhanger, you know, readers could have made that decision for themselves. But now I feel like most readers are going to want to pick up the second book anyways, purely because we're curious on what's going to happen, and because basically nothing was resolved. Another thing is that both the publisher and Stephanie Garber were so adamant that this is a completely new series. It just takes place in the same world as Caraval. You don't need to read Caraval. They said it a million times. You don't need to read the Caraval trilogy. This stands on its own. And while I see how that can be true, she gives you all the information that you need for things to make sense, I do not recommend it. I do not recommend starting with this book. I do think there were minor and kind of major spoilers for the Caraval trilogy, so I would highly recommend, if you're looking into picking up this book, I highly recommend, if you have not yet, read the Caraval trilogy first. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, how they were so adamant that you did not have to read Caraval, but this does spoil quite a bit for Caraval, so there's that. That's the ending. That's my overall feelings. I didn't hate the book, despite me saying like all of the things I didn't like about it. I did actually really enjoy the story. I think that if Evangeline had a more mature monologue, like I said, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But since we just follow her the entire time, it's kind of hard to kind of shake the feeling that she's so young. I did enjoy what we got. I enjoyed Jax more than anything, which I expected I was going to. But I was hoping that Evangeline was going to be another girl that I loved because I love Scarlett and Tella so much. So I did enjoy it. Final rating. My most anticipated book of the year, I would have easily said this is a 5-star prediction. I'm gonna love it easy. Unfortunately, final rating is 3.5. Am I going to continue the series? Yes. I enjoyed it enough to continue. I am curious enough to continue. But there's that. My final rating is 3.5 based on everything that I have said previously. So, with that being said, we're going to jump into spoilers. If you are hopping off now, thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. If you are staying for the spoilers, hello. The one big decision that I was talking about in the beginning of part 3 that very much swayed me in a negative way was her choice to include vampires. I did not like that. I feel like she is kind of trying to hop on the train of vampires coming back in, especially with a lot of big vampire books. I felt like that was a choice that was very deliberate. I did not like that. I felt like the world she built and the magic she built with the fates alone was fine. I did not see the need to include vampires, and I feel like that just made everything a lot more messy because now, I mean, you could assume that there are other supernatural sort of elements in the story because fates. So you're going to assume that obviously it's not reality. So you can think like, oh, there's vampires, there's this, there's that. But I did not like her choice to put it into the story because now, whereas I was hoping we would get more origin stories on the fates, we're now needing to think about the concept of vampires in this world as well. Not my favorite. It's not that I have anything against vampires. I literally just read a vampire book that I loved. It's just with her world, I felt like she had established fates. She should have left it there. She should have expanded on the fates. She could have utilized chaos in a different way as a fate instead of dropping the bomb that he's a vampire. I don't know. I didn't really like that. Speaking of which, the resurfacing of Luke being a vampire, I didn't care for that. I understood that in the way where it helped the story move along with Jax being bit and everything, but I think that's all it was. I think it was there to help the story move along. I feel like she could have very easily focused more on Evangeline never bringing Luke back up and then having that expand with Jax and seeing where that went. I did not, yeah, that's my main thing, is I did not see the point of utilizing vampires at all. Honestly, I did not like that. That kind of swayed me a lot. But I think a lot of people will love it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. The ending, absolutely hated. Honestly, I did not like it. I think she had such a good setup and unraveled everything. She had such a good setup with Apollo and his brother. I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not going to try. She had such a good setup there. And then in the end, for her to be like, oh wait, but Apollo's alive, I did not like that decision. Again, I feel like that's something she only added for a little flair for people to want to read the second book to find out what's happened with him. And if by chance you didn't care that Apollo was alive, she also twisted the game and now Jax is bad. And I'm kind of just like, okay, what was the point of that? Like, this entire story, she's painting Jax, like, we know he's bad. He's a fate. He made this deal with Evangeline. He's a fate. Like, we know he has a rep of not being good. But then we obviously find out that his heart starts beating. Spoiler alert for Carval. That was honestly the worst. She said that you did not have to read Carval, and you absolutely do. I think so. But yeah, since his heart is beating again, which we know, and then all of the things with Donatella, stuff like that, I just felt it was so weird for her to suddenly try to have this almost character arc moment with Jax and him, like, obviously helping Evangeline, saving Evangeline, and obviously we always knew that he had the Valor arc. I think it's Valerie arc, something like that. But he also had the arc in the back of his mind the entire time. We knew that. We know that. That is his game plan. So I don't understand why she suddenly decided to twist everything and now he's like the worst character ever. I don't understand. If she had cut out Apollo even being alive and kept the mysterious like elements with Jax, I would have loved it significantly more. I did not like the oh wait, but he's not dead situation. I really hated that. So that is my rant on this book. I guess I should talk about what I loved. I can't. I'm too mad. But those are my thoughts on Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. If you've read it, let me know your thoughts. It's been getting lots of raging reviews, so I think it's kind of like a not my cup of tea situation that went on for a minute. But overall, my most anticipated book of the year was not the greatest, but it'll be okay. We'll be fine. Other than that, I am looking forward to the sequel. I heard that she already has the official cover and everything, so she's tabbed. She had a lot of stuff going on. 3.5 for my most anticipated book of the year, unfortunately. Thank you so much for watching this. A reading vlog and a release day. So I hope you enjoyed both portions of the video. You can like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you would like all of my socials to follow me anywhere else are in the description as always. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!